Hey guys. Hey Poppy. Hi Craig. Hi Chirpy. Hey, awesome. JB. Mark. Gosh, you're a mixed crowd. Hey John. Is what do we got? Hi David. News. What's news? Oh, YouTube's changed. That's the first bit of news. Hey Stefan. This is a bit of a blow actually. I'm a bit annoyed about this. I'm almost becoming an activist about this. Make up a video why I left YouTube. Maybe I need to do that. Get it viral. Hi Raymond. Hi Maddie. It's YouTube's changed, and they've made a few changes right across the board, and one of them is to do with is Tinker here too? G'day. Oh, there he is. One of them's to do with subscriber counts. If you have more than 1,000 subscribers and less than, I don't know, 100,000 or whatever it is. Hey, Tom. Subscribers are now counted in a public profile as 5.3, 5.31, 5.32, 5.33, 5.34, 5.35, 5.36, and so on. Subscribers rather than individual accounts, which is a bit of a pain. Is it Ermit? Sorry, my pronunciation's bad. Welcome anyway. Good to see you. Yeah, so I've got a subscriber counter finally because I knew this was happening and I thought I'd beat it because my subscriber count on my dashboard is still reading complete numbers. So, hi Patty. So anyway, I've got a subscriber count that only counts in tens, which is a bit useless for the purpose of this, and I'm a little bit annoyed about that. Hi Craig. And it says 5360, and probably in the morning it'll say 5370. And this morning it said 5350. So it's climbing, but it's not enough to notice. Thanks for everyone who tried. But that's a bit of a pain actually. That's annoying me a little bit. Anyway, of course you can borrow some. Everyone go and subscribe to Tinker. He makes cool videos. He likes a bit of pressure, so send him a note and tell him to make some more cool videos. Same goes for all you guys. Go and subscribe. You'll make cool videos. I just do this live stream thing. It's not really like that. Hey, what's everyone think of the picture quality? Hi, Duncan. What does everyone think of the picture quality? This is just my mobile phone, and that's all I've ever used, but maybe I need to set up some other things. I've got a proper microphone and some stuff. And yeah, I'm thinking about it. So anyone can leave me some feedback on that. Does it get blurry? I notice the thumbnails are always blurry. That doesn't impress me a lot. Probably I just need to make a thumbnail and put some tags and stuff in. But anyway, I don't care who comes and watches this. It's not a big deal. It's just family. So that's cool. And pleased to have you all along. Yes, you can use the GoPro. The new GoPro 7 now, I think, live streams, but I haven't used it for anything except Facebook, and I'm not sure what's entailed. More Star Wives it needs, John. Yeah, we'll get there. I'm trying to improve my editing. Small baby steps at a time. You might see some changes over the next little while. Hopefully I can make some videos too, because I've been a bit slack about that. Anyway. Still life of hand clump. That's awesome. Clean glasses helps, yes. You're right. My phone gets a bit smeary. Anyway, we're thinking about that. Lighting probably helps if I actually turn the lights on. That makes a big difference to that. What have I done this week? Besides got concerned about the politics of YouTube and messing up my subscriber counter and stuff like that. Actually, anything with the word politics in the title doesn't worry me at all. And it really, this stupid thing here doesn't worry me either. But I wish I'd beat the system, and I never, and that annoys me. Made this week. I guess you all went and looked at the video. Buffering. Yeah, that's your end, I think. Poppy. This isn't perfect because it's got a stupid fingerprint mark on here when I heat treated it. That was the stupid thing I did. I should have been wearing gloves, and I thought I was, but I did get a fingerprint on there that's very, very clear. And that's wrecked my blue. But I'm fairly pleased about that. That's just extension. Now, a few people asked the question. Why did I do this and not just put a bigger drawbar in? I got a couple of people asking that. I know there's a couple of you here. So, yeah, the reason is that the hole through the spindle is only 5/16. It's about, yeah, it's 5/16 or a fraction more. And can't put a bigger drawbar in. So that's why I've done this. I won't Loctite it in place. It's just in there tight. Because I've got a couple of other things, in particular some Morse taper 2 collets that I ordered, and another arbor for gear cutting, for gear cutters, 16mm stub arbor, and that's got 3/8 tap as well. So I should have made 2 of these probably, or 3 of them, but I never. So it's in there. Hi, Dale. I should make more than one, but I didn't. I needed that in a hurry, and I got it done. Other cool stuff. This box. I'm sure you've all seen it a million times. Pretty impressed about this. Hi, Cam. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling all right there. Have a yellow box. It's got spare room machine shop stamped in the top. And it's got a handle that's made like that so that it fits under the shelf without sticking up. There's a school of thought that thinks that I should put a brass tag on this. They're not usually people I listen to, but in this case, I might make an extension. And make an exception and actually do that. So check this space. Sorry, Stafford. Anyway, this is finished. Pretty much, anyway. The last jobs were really this tailstock. I'm going to stick this over here. Oh, it's getting a bit heavy. A confession to make here. I went and made a new clamp down washer. I should have made about 10 of these too, because they're fairly useful, but I'm not sure it's exactly what I want to do on the other tailstock, because you can't get an Allen key in there. Under the dividing head, you can't get an Allen key in here under the gear, which is a design problem. So what I'd really like is to make some hold down bottles with a hex on them and an internal hex, which means, I guess, that I need a rotary broach. Not going to go there just yet, so we might think of another answer. Made a T-nut too, because I never had enough of these. I actually made 2 of them. I've got a spare. Rustinox, g'day. So there's 6mm. And I need to make a space in the box for a few of these. That's something I didn't think of. The astute observer will probably see that this slot in here for the key is wider than it needed to be. If the astute observer doesn't say anything, you probably won't get told any lies. But the ridiculous truth is that I put the slot in the wrong spot, which is a bit of a pity, because John Creasy made me this amazing to be angle block tailstock. I feel a bit bad about it, but we fixed it okay, I think. I'll pull it apart and show you, because I've Loctited it as threaded stud in there and made it out of cast iron there and there where I drilled it by mistake. Didn't realise until after the fact. And you can see that if you look really closely, but it's not too shabby. And I made this key, which is offset. That's a nice fit in there. Pretty pleased about that. That impresses me. And it's got a screw. I used my counterbore set to do this. Not really impressed with my counterbore set. I'm going to have to think of a better way to do this. No JB Weld in this. So that's what I've done. I made a full width key with an offset in it and made it fit the groove at the bottom. And it's got a hole right through for the hole down. And it's really not too bad. Hi, Anthony. Good to have you here. That's awesome. So that's finished. Really pleased about that. Now, question is, should I make a dedicated video once I've got an engraving with a tag and everything made on this build and some of the things that I've learned about it, or is the live stream enough? I'm probably thinking towards making a video about it, but I'm not sure how much footage I've got of actually making it. We'll see. Make the video, okay. Well, that's coming reasonably soon, because this is nearly finished. I've got to do some artwork, and that's probably the hardest part of the whole etched brass nameplate. I did some for my surface plate. Get that out. Don't know how many of you have seen this. I'm sure you all have. This is a little cast iron surface plate. I brought this back from America in 2017. It must have been 2018, 2017. Chris Anderson did the pattern for this as part of the tool making competition the first year, which was an awesome video. And he actually was a winner this year, so it's awesome. JB's making me a box, which is over there on the actually on the coffee table at the moment. JB's laser cut a box, and I just haven't got to putting it together. I've put it together, but I haven't got the hinges and locks and things. But this it's pretty heavy. This has a etch brass plate on it, and I made another one for the box, which is pretty cool. Don't hold me to the next week thing, but I will get to it fairly soon. It needs a box because I'm tidying up here and finding I haven't got a lot of room for this. So the box it sits in is vertical, and it can go on a shelf somewhere and not take up a lot of room. And hopefully it won't move or sag or anything too much. I don't think it's going to be an issue. I don't live with anyone. That's the answer. On a lot of levels, that's the answer. Not for everyone, but it's nice. It's the answer for me. And it's not tools. It's just a nice wooden box. So that's another project that I've done in the last little while. Go and check out the video about that if there is one. I'm not sure there probably is yet. There's one about the plate. Probably when I get a box going, I'll get a video up about this too. And Chirpy's right. Don't call it a coffee table. Call it a occasional table, because you occasionally take things off again. What else? Got some issues with the Stuart 400 build. I'm looking in my bag here because I had a you don't even want to look in here. This is terrible. I had an envelope from Aid's workshop, and stickers come, but that'll have to be next week because I'm not sure where I put them. I haven't put them on the board, and I did resist doing it earlier in the week because I thought I'd wait for live stream, but I haven't got them here. No, I do. Look, I've got them. Banned from using the oven. Hey, Kevin. Yeah, I have got it. I knew it was here somewhere. Big shout out to Aid's workshop. Go and check him out. Thanks for the shout out earlier, Aid. That's really cool. Really appreciate that. There we go. Needs to go on the board. Don't know where. Maybe over by the mill. We're running out of room on this one. There we go. AIDS Workshop. Huge thanks. Can we go high handheld? Don't know about that. Let's go over the mill for a bit, if you can put up with that. If you're sick of it, well, you're sick of it. But let's unclamp this. Come over here. There we go. Look at that. We are still waiting for part 3 of the workshop extension aid. Did you decide on a mill aid? Return of the Killer Broomstick. That's right. I'm not sure if I got a reply to the whole Tom Senior thing, but that's where I'd be at. Let's put this on here. Whereabouts? Let's put it up here beside Swan Valley Machine. There we go. Can't see that. There we go. See if I can get that to focus. I can't. Now, this mill is tiny. I don't know if you realise how tiny this actually is. But we've got a bit of an issue, and I've been thinking it through, and every now and again I come out here and I sit this engine block on this mill and think about it. And if we do it this way, let's move the broomstick. We can probably drill this one and ream it, and we can face off this water gasket fitting, water flange fitting, and these two here, which are the push rod hangers, and this one, which is where the camshaft sits. And that gets us a bit of work, because we can fit the crankshaft in and cut all the gears. A 12-inch ruler, yeah. Put my hand here. Here's a 6-inch ruler, or a scale for you American guys. That's where we're at with it. So it's not a huge wheel, but it's a huge engine. So that means we can get the crankshaft in and the camshaft in and the push rod on, and quite a lot of work. That's about it, Craig. Matty, this mill is 1945, 1946. I think you all saw it running last week. But we're about 20 RPM there, which is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's quiet as a mouse. I really, really like that. However, for end mill work, this pulley's a bit big, so I'm going to put the original one back on at some point, which was I think there's a 9-inch that went on it originally. And that might go back on. But I really wanted something that would go down to about 30 RPM, something like that. Because I want to, 4-inch milling cutters are really cheap to buy. You can get them anywhere at next to nothing in really good condition. So 4-inch side and face cutters and slitting saws are really cheap. And I wanted something that'll handle 4 inches okay, which is 100 mil, 125. You really want it to be doing 50 RPM with plenty of power. Yeah, Dale, overarm support is heavy. Oh my gosh. There we go. Kick that one back out. But that's overarm in place. I would really like a vertical head for this, but it hasn't happened yet. One day. I'll keep looking. It's not a very big mill. If I can pick up the overarm support, with one arm and put it on the bench. You're in a mood there, Stefan. Yeah, awesome. 1,000 RPM might be a killer. Anyway, that's where we're at. There was three very nice vertical heads for this machine. The Mark III had quill feed and all sorts of fancy things on it, and they're a bit hard to find, but if I can get one in any sort of condition, I can make the bits if I need to. It's similar technology to the rest. Anyone knows there's a Mark III Centec head at a giveaway price? Let me know. Hi, Ted. I've got the original pulley and belt here, and I don't think they're much different in length, so I'm going to probably just bung it on one day and see how it looks and how it runs. We'll see. Anyway, the issue with this little mill, I'm back here with this stupid camera, is that I've only got about 3 inches of wire travel. And if we have something that sticks out here, like a collet chuck, we've only got about 1 inch, which is good for flat milling. If you want to mill off anything on that sort of square, flat, this is the machine to do it. But if you want to drill a deep hole, you just haven't got the travel. And the problem is, hi Faza. The problem is that this is about 5 inches, 126 millimeters or something from here to here. So we can't bore this like I was intending to do it. If anyone has a better idea about that, let me know. But at this point, I'm probably going to go and borrow a friend's big Russian horizontal mill and do it that way. That's my thoughts about that. And get some video in someone else's workshop. On a lathe is sort of a good idea. However, I don't have T-slots in my saddle, and because it's a plain turning lathe, like a European precision lathe, there's no actual saddle that moves backwards and forwards, so I'm not sure that's going to work. So I think I'm going to bore this in someone else's workshop, which call in a favour. But all the other work I can do, and we should next get, anyone who's following this project, we should get the crankshaft in and the flywheel on and the timing gears in and lots of other bits. But no, it's not really possible, Tinker. I've thought about it. There's no way you can do it on my lathe. It's a definite no. So that's where we're going with that. What else is happening? I'm going to have to do something. If we have a look over here, there's a T-slot runs the vertical length here. Let's put that over here and push that camera over so we can actually see it. There's a T-slot runs the vertical length here, and it's got basically the only height adjustment it's got. I need to do something about the camera mount here. Let's come down here. So I've got this block for adjustment, all right, with basically a Tommy bar to wind it up and down. And all I've been using is an indicator on the table, which isn't ideal, I've discovered. It's a bit of a pain, actually, because my digital indicator's only got about half-inch travel, so it's not a real good thing. Raymond, you're right. I could put a bigger table on top of this one. I could make a pallet for it to mount this on, and that's not a problem. The issue is that I can't get all the way through the bore in one cut, and that's sort of what I need to do. So working on here somewhere, I think I need to put, have a look, we go up a bit. Can we go up a bit? Probably not. I'm going to shake you around again. There we go. I need to put some sort of probably a DRO system on here. It would be the best, so that I can set the Z axis, because there's no actual measurement adjustment in vertical. So that's a project for reasonably soon. I had intended at first just to make another clamp like this to put on here with an indicator on this stop here, but it's really not good because the indicator shakes apart and all that sort of stuff with big horizontal cutters, and I don't like that much, and it's right in the firing line. And if I put a cover over the dovetail, a cover over the dovetails here without leather, which I really want to do at the back, it's going to hang down in the way and catch and stuff. So I think I'm going to put some sort of a glass scale on here. I think that's the thoughts. Anyway, the problem is that having a milling machine like this, no matter what sort of milling machine you've got, you will always have 1,000 projects. Every time you do something, there's 1,000 projects crop up, and you just got to cull them out. I'm not doing so well with this at the moment. So I have been using this and taking it off, but I do need an indicator with more travel. And probably it's just as cheap to buy a DRO scale and readout as it is to buy a decent digital indicator that I can zero. So that's where I'm at with that. Anyway, that's all stuff that's happening over here on the mill. A project car, yeah. This is a bit of a project mill. It's got a lot of potential, I think. I'm really pleased with it, and pleased with the way it all goes together and the amount of, or lack of error in it, and the amount of wear that's not in it. But there's some really stupid things too. I don't make a spreadsheet. It helps, Craig, if I forget some of them. It helps not to remember stuff. The other big problem is that these are 8 TPI lead screws. And this is all very well, but this stupid knob here is 1/8 of an inch to a turn. And that means 125. So you can't just dial in 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Maybe I'm used to metric machines. That's one of the huge benefits of a metric machine, is that you can just keep counting. Whereas this one, you've got to readjust it and set it again and try again, or keep count. So a DRO scale in the Y direction would be really awesome. It's got a handle. Good question, Tommy. Tom, it's got a handle here. You can drop the half nuts out on this end, which is, if we have a look, that lever there. If we loosen the bolt and drop that out, and then we can tighten this up on a taper, and we've got lever action. So for thanks, Marcus. Thanks for that. We'll be in touch with that. It's a pity to mess it up. Angle plates are really cheap, just so he knows. You can buy angle plates for nothing. Anyway, if he's got some bits, I'd be really, really keen. So for cutting clock gears, things like that, fast production work, that sort of thing. And it is a machine that was designed for production work. It's a wartime machine. Light production work, this handle's great. And when I was machining the sides of all my letters to the right angle for my pantograph engraver, I had this set up and it was fantastic. Saves a lot of hassle. So anyway, thanks for the heads up, Marcus. That's awesome. Anyway, that's what we're at. And that's the machine. And you're right, it does look tiny. And that's my motor. No, it's not. Stefan, no, it's not. Not even close. I'm not going to go there. You can't do that. That's my solution. This motor here is 1 horsepower, 3-phase, 960 RPM. Makes a pretty good unit out of it, really. I have packed the bearings with grease rather than oil. I hope that's a good sort of a thing to do. And that makes it reversible, so I can use end mills in it, because it's a left-hand thread, left-hand mill. If you've never worked that out, Marcus, you probably never will. We were talking about you too, so I've got to come and see you and do a job Anyway. So that's where we're at with that. There's more jobs on this than realistically I'll ever finish. But at this point, it's usable, and so's the dividing head. And I can make the next bits for this engine, and we can make some progress with that. So really pleased about that, and a huge thanks to everyone who's helped out with that. You know who you are. Anthony, yeah, because it's VFD and at slow speed we're only using about half the frequency. VFDs tend to drop the motor frequency off motor torque off quite rapidly. So that's why I've gone for a big motor, and I think it'll pay off. Anyway, that's me at 42 minutes. Goodness gracious. Chirpy, don't go there. You're the troll here. The bore height of the engine, about 2 inches. This stupid camera mount. Ack. Help, help, help. And jam my fingers for something. Thanks, Craig. Yeah, it's the power that drops off. Okay. Raymond, this engine. Bore height is about 1.75 inches to the bottom. And the bore here is about 1.5 inches, or it should be when it's finished, hopefully, if it cleans up and we don't get too many holes or hard spots. And length is about 120, 126 millimeters or something. So it's pretty chunky. It's pretty chunky. And there is a shaper over on the other side there, and it gets a bit of love. I use it for 5-minute jobs mostly, and I never ever think to film them, but I probably should and prove to people that I'm actually using it. Maybe we need a live stream about the shaper at some point, which means I have to finish jobs over there as well. Anyway, there's no sleeve in this Matic. This is cast iron all the way through. At this point, I hope that it cleans up. It should. If we have a look underneath, can we see that? Yeah, probably. There's the bore in there, which should clean up to where it needs to be. See you, Craig. Have fun. Thanks for checking in. It would probably fit on the ML7 and line bore it. That's right. I know someone who's got a big milling machine, and maybe for a carton of beer they'd let me do this bore. I'll have to be in touch with that guy and ask him about it. But Christensen Machine Works, expect a call sometime or a message at some point. It'll do. Anyway, I'm going to call this. Be kind to each other. Go and check out some of these guys that have channels. Go and check out Marcus Christensen. He has a channel. I don't think he posts very much, but you should check him out. Check out Chirpy. There's an awesome video about Chirpy's new castings for his straight edge and his his surface plate. That was really good. Good stuff, Chirpy. Go and check out Craig's workshop and leave him a note, because he'll always leave a message on your video if he watches it. Check out Matty's workshop. He's new kid in town. I bought the little launch off him, so he's a great guy. Go and check him out. Check out Poppy's channel. He's promised us some workshop videos, and he's got a new camera, so he's not quite as muddy as he used to be. Check out Cam's videos. Cam's got nothing to do at the moment except make videos, so expect great things of him. Check out Stefan's video. Same applies. You've got nothing to do except make videos and think of new things that need fixing. Anthony Brown's Ragsdale Creek Workshop. I've got to go and check him out. That's a new one on me, so we better make that worthwhile when I come across and have a look. Tommy Gun Machining, always good videos from him. You should check him out. Tinker. Tinker's got some good fishing videos. Who else I missed? John Creasy. John Creasy's got some good stuff. He's almost got more subscribers than me, so go and remove your subscription off his channel so that I pass him. And gosh, there's a lot of you. Anyway, if I've missed you, I've missed you, but that's awesome. Really good. Thanks for checking in. More soon. New project video out this weekend. I think I've got something lined up. And be kind to each other. I'm out.